guys, it's Sapphire Morningstar. I'm here with season premiere of Marvel's Cloak and Dagger, which premiered on Freeform Thursday, June 7th. It was a 2-hour premiere, which would consist of episodes 1 and 2. So episode 1 is titled First Light, and we start off with a young Tandy and Tyrone. Tandy is a young white female. She's in ballet class, and ballet class is over, and she's like waiting for her mom to pick her up, and it's like she doesn't get picked up. It's like raining and storming, and it's nighttime. Like, so this little girl was out that long waiting for a ride. And the thing that killed me is apparently nobody thought themselves seeing this little girl. So like, oh my god, who's this little child? Why is she still outside in the rain of all places? So daddy picks her up. It's just oh. So dad picks up and he gets a phone call. So he's like, hold on, sweetie, I got a candle. So obviously we know what daddy's doing. He's too busy with work. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, we see Tyrone. He's watching his brother, and they trying to get this radio back because the dude stiffed him on the car radio, and his brother like, nah man, I ain't gonna do it. So his friend's like, all right, we ain't gonna do that. So then Tyrone goes and takes the little hanger they were gonna use to break in the car, breaks in the car, takes the radio out, shows it to his brother. His brother like, why did you do this? And stuff like that. And so they end up going, try to take it back. Police officer sees them. He says run. So you break out and run, alright? So these is going on at the same time now. These situations going on at the same time. So back to little Tandy. She's in the car. Her dad is on the phone. And I swear this is like the perfect example of why you don't be on your phone while you driving. Like, cause he's not paying attention to everything. He's swerving into the other lane, and so he's on the phone talking about this company, like, you know, about this failure that might happen to this oil rig, and we all know what happens with oil rigs. Like, ooh, you know, like those things is dangerous, so those things fail. So he's talking on the phone, and then we see then you obviously this is a truck he's in the other lane. This truck is coming toward him, and the little girl goes, "Daddy!" So he's like, "Oh snap!" And you know how you know how you be if you're not paying attention. Like he's trying to swerve out the way, so he ends up crashing off the bridge. He hits his head on impact, so obviously either he's knocked out unconscious or he died on impact. But I have a feeling he probably died upon impact, because when they crash into the water, Tandy tries to wake him up. He doesn't wake up. So either he's unconscious and he ends up dying due to them being in the water and the water's filling up in the car, or being crushed by the truck, because then the 18-wheeler falls into him and falls on top of the car. I'm like, oh my God, that child should be claustrophobic by the time she is a certain age. She should be claustrophobic. She should be afraid of, I couldn't do that. First, she has to deal with the fact that she might drown. Now she might be crushed and drown. That is too much for a child to deal with. So while that accident happened, the police officers chase Tyrone and his brother to the docks. So he tells his little brother to hide. The brother's name is William, I believe. Tells his brother Tyrone to hide, and the police officer like, stop, don't move. So he holds his hands up, right, and he's like, we just trying to return the radio back. And so the oil rig that they keep showing us in the background, it finally explodes. This is the rig that the father was on the phone talking about, like the compromise and destruction stuff. So it blows up, and with that explosion, scares the crap out of the cop, and he ends up shooting twice into Tyrone's brother, killing him. That he's dead. There ain't nothing going. There ain't nothing. He ain't coming back from that. He's gone. So the brother Tyrone jumps in the water after the brother, but the brother gone. So then he's trying to swim back, and the little girl is also in the water. She's trying not to get squished by a car, trying to figure her way out here. And then we see a second blast from this same oil rig, which is like this blast of light, which shows me that something that's not a regular oil rig, because some sort of mysterious second blast of light happened from that rig. So I have a feeling on that oil rig they were doing probably some sort of project, because it's all. I'm explaining to why I know that. But that's what my thought is. So the second blast happens, and then we see Tyrone wake up because knocks the both children unconscious. So Tyrone then wakes up. He starts seeing this bright light. Tandy wakes up. She sees these how would I say it? Tendrils of darkness, and they reach for it. And then I'm kind of going in order. I'm not. I'm kind of going out of order in terms of how the stuff happens in the movie. I mean, not the movie. Oh God, the TV show. So just I think because it helps flow better. So they pull each other out and they wake up on the beach. Tandy wakes up first before Tyrone. She really like, why the heck they try to figure out? She's probably trying to figure out like, how the heck we get to the beach? For the power, you probably wash up ashore, so whatever. So she wakes up first, takes his coat and dips. He eventually does wake up and he sees her ballet slipper and he takes that. Now, fast forward, they're teenagers. Tandy is now pretty much her mom is a drug addict, alcoholic due to the situation that happened with the daddy. Because after the oil rig exploded and of course her dad passed away, the company that he worked for comes to the house and it basically confiscates everything that these people own. They was ransacking through the house. I'm guessing they were looking for what was going on in that oil rig. I'm guessing the daddy was a part of it because that's why he was ransacking the house. I'm guessing they was looking for like evidence trail of whatever they was working on that goddamn oil rig. Because no company's gonna come to your house like that after some sort of explosion just gonna just run through your house like that. Something is up with this company. And given the fact this is Marvel, we already know what kind of company these things gonna be. It's probably like people working on experimentations or something. Come on, this is a superhero movie, so we know what kind of stuff is going on. But anyway, that was just messed up. And ransacked through the house, and they end up literally losing everything: their money, the house. I'm just like, really? And I see that the mama's popping pills, the kid and the little girl, she's watching it. So I'm pretty sure that's probably why she herself sort of, besides what she's gone through, why we do see her eventually, pop some pills. So I'm like, So that's Tandy's life. Since the death of Tyrone's older brother, he is in a it's like it's a private I'm guessing it's Catholic school. He's on the basketball team, and we see him during like a basketball game, and the ref is not calling calling this other play out because he's like literally we see him, he's like hitting Tyrone, pulling his boy's sweater, tripping him and stuff. So Tyrone eventually snaps and punches him through the face, but he's the one who's getting punished. He's the one being told timed out. Really? So I'm supposed to let this person just beat my ass on court then? Really? Oh, okay. And then his parents get mad at him, but with his situation, because they lost a child already, I'm guessing they sort of hard on him and hoping that if they are hard on him, they don't lose him. Because some parents do that. They're so worried about losing another child that they don't realize how much pressure they're putting on that child. They don't realize the pressure they're putting on the child. So, what Tandy does to, pretty much survive, I guess you could say, is she and her boyfriend, they pretty much run scams on rich kids. So she goes to the dry clean because they this dry clean kind of helps them out. He got his own little side business. So she gets clothes from him. She drugs the dudes before, then brings her boyfriend in. They take what they need from the person's house and they dip. What happens is this boy that she stole from, he goes after her after she because she sold tickets to a ballet. Because she used to do ballet, she don't do it no more, obviously. So she went to the ballet, just enjoyed herself, Probably thinking about probably thinking maybe she would still be, a ballerina if her life didn't just take such a wrong turn. So the dude comes and corners her into an alley. I'm like, I already know what's gonna happen. He then pulls the girl to the alley. Oh my goodness. So he tries to rape this poor child. Oh my goodness. And his friends dip. I'm like, I really hope they know that just because they left, that doesn't mean, they innocent. I mean, what you call them when you're assistant to a crime. Because basically, I mean, your friend is taking this girl into an alleyway. What you think he's trying to do? You're not fucking stupid. Then again, they probably done something like this before. I mean, you know, I don't know that many people that are going to voluntarily hang out with a rapist unless they have engaged in something like that themselves. So, birds flock together, Anyway, so he tries to rape this poor child in the midst of her distress. She conjures this like dagger, and then she freaks out like, oh my god, she just killed him. I'm like, well, he was trying to rape you, so he died because he was trying to rape her. I don't feel bad about him dying. I'm like, well, he shouldn't have tried to rape you. Then he wouldn't be dead on the floor. That's just my perspective personally. So she freaks out, calls her boyfriend up, and she's like, I gotta get out of here. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna help you out. I'm just like, you know what? That's a good boyfriend, right? Everybody should have somebody like that. Like he love her. He do. It's just, I don't know that many people that would help you after a situation like that. I mean, he just a good heart. So they go and pretty much crash his wedding and take all the money because it was like open money from the open bar. Because it's a wedding, so you got the open bar money. There's money from something else that was gonna be added, and then there's money from, the gifts from the guests. Money gifts. Like, money to help you off in your life and stuff like that. All that jazz. So they steal that shit and deuces. So she leaves. And I thought this part was so fucked up. Right? Because I'm just doing Tandy's part right now. So they end up getting the money, so she ends up getting her papers, and she ends up breaking up with the boy in the dry clean. I'm like, really? After all he did for you, you gonna break up? He loves you. Oh my god, girl, you stupid. Like, why would you leave a good thing like that? He is a good guy, and he clearly loves you. Like, he probably sees himself marrying her and stuff. Like, because we don't know what's going on through his head, because everything we're seeing is pretty much through her eyes. So I'm just like, really? So since the incident of her killing your boy, the rapist, the police, the detective lady, she's investigating the case. So she ends up finding the boyfriend, and he calls her like, hey, look, the police has got me. I need you to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, if she comes back, I'm pretty sure they probably won't, arrest her, because by definition, it was self-defense. The dude was trying to rape her, which is evidence that you could see in the crime photos. He got scratches on his face because she scratched him, and his pants were unbuckled, so he was trying to rape her. So if she comes back and just tells him that, I'm pretty sure they probably won't give her. They might give her some jail. They might give her something, probably find something. I'm not sure, but I don't think she'll go to jail, because by definition she was defending herself from being, raped. So she probably not gonna have to if she's go back. But I mean, after what he has done for her, I think she should go back and get him out of that situation. I mean, because, I'm just saying, but she did say in the show that she has a tendency to run away from things when it gets hard. And you kind of can't really do that in life. When things get hard, you can't constantly just run away. At some point, you have to deal with the situation, you got to deal with it. So that's pretty much her whole story. That's episodes 1 and 2. And, with Tyrone, what his situation is. Okay. So Tyrone, so with him being the pressures of, I guess you said, trying not to stray as his parents might think he might do, he ends up going to this party. That's when he first meets Tandy. Cause she's up in the party pickpocketing. So he goes to try to buy this girl that clearly likes him a drink. Can't buy her a drink because his wallet gone. So he go chases at the white chick, and when they touch each other, that's when they first see their abilities. Her hands is glowing like this bright white light, and his is shadowed in darkness. So they look at this, so they blame the other one, like, what you did to me? Excuse me, what you did to me? So they freaking out, right? And so with Tyrone, after another night, he ends up going to sleep. He wakes up, he finds himself on top of this building. And he's like, how the heck did I get here? I mean, that probably would freak you out. Like, you sleeping, all good and sleeping. You wake up, you on top of a roof. So he's trying to get her back home, but he has no money because he's obviously in his undies with just a sheet, which looks pretty much like a cloak. I think they did that purposely, obviously, because the show is called Cloak and Dagger. So every time they have him in something, it always manages to look like a cloak, pretty much. So I would say compared to him and Tandy, upon looking at the powers, I would say he's more intrigued trying to get it to work, I guess you would say. And he also sees this cop that shot his brother when he was small, because when they did go to the police, him and his parents, they was like, oh, your son washed up on shore. We found drugs in the system. I'm like, oh, drugs? Really? Oh boy, you got hate Kuroko. They say drugs in his boy system. He said, in the Tyrone was like, no, the police officer shot him. I broke down. And the man was like, no, we wouldn't. There was no evidence of a cop's firearm being disarmed and blah blah blah. And this man has never been on the force. I'm like, somebody is lying. Somebody is lying. Boy, they will cover their own. Ain't that something? So Tyrone sees this officer, and he's, he's sort of filled with, revenge. I mean, because a part of him probably feels guilty because he feels that he feels guilty because he feels that his brother wouldn't have died if he would have just went home like his brother told him to. His brother had told him to go home, but he didn't. So he's sort of on this kick, like he feels like this incident has poisoned his life, like his teacher, who's this preacher, has said, is you have this poison in your life. And he's referring to it as poison. So he goes and he takes his mother's gun. His mother has a gun. Takes his mother's gun and tries to shoot this man. But he ends up, I guess, disappearing into darkness, because he's, that's his power, basically. And he ends up transporting to where Tandy is, and the gun goes off, shoots the windshield, and she crashes her car, and that's basically how episode 2 ends. So, obviously, in that situation, they was drawn to each other. I'm guessing he probably just sort of, automatically transported to where she was, I guess you could say. Not sure how their powers work. But as for the show, I would say the first 2, is an origin story. So, it's going to have a slow start to it. But it was also sort of just sad. Just and the music they chose didn't help either. Like, was crying like in the first 5 minutes. I'm like, God damn, this shit is sad. Like, I felt all depressed and shit after watching both episodes. I'm like, oh my God. Like, that was just so sad because it's sort of like you want to see them just be happy, but it's like they can't get happy. It's just so depressing. It's like, oh my God, it's so sad. Like, why is it so sad? But anyway, I'm looking forward to the show. Let's see how many episodes we're gonna be having in this season. So basically, it is definitely gonna be a good show. This is season 1, obviously. It is filmed in my hometown, New Orleans, which I am happy. I'm like so excited because I'm just looking at everything. I'm like, I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what that is. Ah! Anyway, I'm just so excited about the show. I mean, it's Marvel, and Marvel pretty much has some really good TV shows. I haven't really been watching the other Marvel shows I haven't watched, but they're pretty good. It's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is on ABC. Then you have Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage, and they all come together in the Defenders, which is all on Netflix. And I still haven't watched those yet. Like, they'll just sit in my Netflix watch list, just like, so when you gonna watch us? I'm like, I will get to you, I promise. Now, because this is a Marvel situation, my question is, at some point, are they gonna make it like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where they do kind of tie in a little bit to the big movie version, the big, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I think they said they probably will, later in the seasons, which I think is going to be interesting. Plus, with the TV show and with the TV shows, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Cloak and Dagger, that would allow them, because it'll be making them part of the same universe, it would allow them to probably introduce something into the movie version, to the movie the movie part of the universe that they probably wouldn't have time to, because the way Marvel has worked everything, they plan all these stuff out. Like we have the big name ones, Iron Man and whatnot. But with them having a TV show, it does allow them to introduce certain characters they probably won't be able to bring to the big screen, but they can bring it to, still involve them into the universe. So, like for example, I think Marvel is planning on doing something with the humans, and the first time you do hear about the humans is actually in the Agents of Shield show. So it's the stuff like that. So with Agent Shield talking about it in humans, that's gonna eventually pour over into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm hoping if I'm not sure how this thing is going with Marvel and Fox, because Fox has the rights to Fantastic Four and the X-Men. So I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, but if they probably might start it off in a TV series somewhere, probably because you also have Marvel's Runaways. So maybe in Marvel Cloak and Dagger, or maybe Marvel's Runaways or Agent Shield, maybe they'll probably hint at something about mutants, an X gene, and maybe they will be like, oh snap, like a nice little Easter egg, so we could get ready to bring the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I would be happy to see, because some of the actual X-Men and some of the members of Fantastic Four, I think, are members of the Avengers teams. And we and not only that, but we could also probably sometime in the future maybe have Black Panther and Storm get together, because in the comics those two characters, they do engage in a relationship, and they do eventually get married. So I think that'd be something interesting to see later within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because that'll be a way for them to bring in characters, because a lot of these actors that we have known so far for these beautiful 10 years won't be here no more, and it's kind of sad. Like, ugh. Anyway, for Marvel Cloak and Dagger, I'm really loving it so far. Like the Freeform episode season of Siren will be consisting of 10 episodes, which I am looking forward to. 10 episodes, and I just don't know what to say. I mean, it was a pretty good episode, and I really don't like watching a lot of these. I just like, because a lot of these shows I really can't get into for some reason, but with Marvel, I've seen to get pretty good into it. Like DC stuff, I haven't watched a lot of DC stuff, but Marvel, I'm guessing it's because they do connect them all in a way that's why I like it so much, because I guess you could say the thought that has gone into each show, and they do connect them in some aspect, whether it's just like little hints to another movie or another TV show. I'm guessing it's just small stuff like that makes it more intriguing for me to watch Marvel compared to DC shows, where you have Gotham on Fox. On the CW, it's Supergirl, The Legends of Tomorrow, and I think Flash and what's that boy name? Arrow. Like, some of them are connected, but then some of them are not. And then of course you got the DC films themselves, which is a whole nother ball game. But anyway, comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what you guys thought about Cloak and Dagger. Is you excited? Is you excited about Cloak and Dagger? Are you hoping? And what are your thoughts? Just what are your thoughts? Also, if you want to see me review something that I haven't reviewed yet on my channel, leave a comment on my Twitter, or in the comments below. Tell me what you want to see me review, whether it's a movie, a TV show, an anime, a song, a book, whatever pops up in your head. Let me know. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.